What is up, everybody? Welcome to some Yahenni, Daring Darling. Hope you're excited. Get our black mid-range on. Heck yeah. Oh, we got some Brimaz, King. We got some white on black action. Yeah, I'll take that. We have Snuff Out, Toxic Deluge. We have a nice little reoccurring sack outlet for Yahenni. Yeah, we're going to keep on this one. Pretty nice little hand and a little Snuff Out action. So, yeah. I welcome this little black versus white. This is pretty cool. Let's go and get the swamp down, and then I'll go ahead and pass the turn and kind of explain what we got going on. So we are playing Yahenni. Yahenni has haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1 counter on Yahenni, and then sacrifice another creature. Yahenni gains indestructible until end of turn. Okay, let's go and get the swamp down right there, and let's see. Yeah, we're going to pass turn. Nothing else we need to do. Playing against Brimaz, King of Oreskos. Its Vigilance. Whenever it attacks, create a 1/1 white cat soldier token with Vigilance that's attacking. And then whenever Brimaz blocks a creature, create a 1/1 cat soldier token that's blocking with it. So it's got the little cat army over there, the Meow army, if you want to call it that. Ooh, Damnation. Really good draw on that one. What do we want to do? Let's go. We can go for Yahenni, kind of get him for 2. I kind of want to get our little snake token up and running because Yahenni's going to have haste, and then we'll have that sack outlet next turn. So I'm okay with getting that down. And then we also have Snuff Out right there, so we can destroy a target non-black creature, which our opponent's deck is full of non-black creatures, so we're in a good spot for that. But yeah, we're looking at getting down Yahenni, and I think I'm actually go for a Snuff Out at the end of this turn right here. Yeah, I think so. I kind of like that. Get him back up. There we go. Oh, let's get our command zone back up. There we go. Actually, close out both of the command zones. Okay, so let's go and get the swamp down. Let's go ahead and go Yahenni. All right, let's go and come in hot right now. So we're looking like we're swinging in for 5. Our opponent's going to drop down to 35. And we've got 2 commander damage, and anything else we know we're good for the turn. Okay, now as far as our hand goes, we do have Toxic Deluge. It's a little tricky with Toxic Deluge, but we do have Damnation. So if our opponent gets a bunch of stuff out there, we can fire off that Damnation and make a really big Yahenni. We're not going full 100% Voltron Yahenni. Yahenni's kind of just a nice little backup for us. Let's see. So if we go Merciless Executioner, that'll get rid of Thalia, and we'll lose that first strike. Yeah, I think I do actually like that. Pay for 1 more. We're each going to sacrifice a creature. And I'll go and sacrifice this. Well, yeah, I'll go and sacrifice the snake because I'd really like to have that 3/1 over there. All right, so let's go and swing in right now for 5, coming in hot. Drop our opponent down to 30. That's 5 commander damage, and then we'll go and pass this turn. But yeah, so as far as the deck goes, it's there's nothing too crazy. We're not full aristocrats. We're not full Voltron. We're just kind of going for just good mid-range black stuff. You know, like a nice supply of removal. This is definitely more of a traditional commander deck, I would say, where in that it's very well balanced. There's a lot of removal. I tend to skimp a lot on basic building blocks in commander decks, and so it's good to build something every once in a while that's pretty good. That's pretty balanced right there. Okay, so our opponent has no soldier. Well, they can create a soldier token, deal 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, but Yahenni's going to have indestructible. So if we go for the Exquisite Blood, let's see. I'm trying to figure out how we want to swing in. If we want to, yeah, we'll go ahead and send in Yahenni right now. So if our opponent sacrifices a plains, no, excuse me, if they create a 1/1 soldier token, they can tap 2, deal 2 damage. Yahenni's going to be able to get around that unless they make a block, and then we have to sacrifice. I think for commander damage's sake, we'll just go ahead and swing through right now, because anything else is going to be able to block. If they chump block across, then I'm okay with that. Okay, we're going down to 28. Yeah, basically anything else we could lose through a soldier getting created, and it didn't really sound that fun. So let's get down the Exquisite Blood. Actually, I should have played that main phase. Sorry about that. Could have got a little extra 3 off for our troubles right there, but I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to. I didn't know if I wanted to go in full alpha swing right there. So, but our opponent's making a soldier token, and then hopefully if they rip another land, they're going to be able to get down. There we go. They're going to be able to get down Brimaz, and then we can fire this Damnation off and really take advantage of the extra tokens out there, because we're looking at 8 commander damage. We fire Damnation off. We're going to lose a lot of our stuff over here, but Yahenni's going to go to 6/6, and that's going to be 14 commander damage. And then the following turn, that'll be right at 20. So we'll kind of see what we got going on. Vampiric Tutor, and it's going to go on top of our library. All right, so if we fire off Damnation right now, it's going to blow everybody up. We're going to get a nice little board state from Yahenni. We can sacrifice the snake token. Yeah, I think I'm going to go and do that. So let's go ahead and sack another creature. Let's go and snack. Let's go and, well, you could snack on a snake token if you wanted to. And then we'll go and fire this damnation off. So we're going to get those counters on there. Alright, so we're going to go and swing in for 5. That's going to be at 13. We're going to gain that life, go down to 41. And we still have enough for a Vampiric Tutor, so we'll kind of see what we're going to fire off. We could go for a Cabal Coffers. We do have 5 mana. That'll be 5, 6, 7. That'll be just enough for Rise of the Dark Realms, which actually I think I kind of really want to get down. So I think we're definitely going to go for a Vampiric Tutor on Cabal. Name, okay, enters the battlefield, name a non-land card. That card can't be cast. Okay, I'm interested. Our opponent hasn't seen our hand, so I know they're not going to be able to. If they name Rise of the Dark Realms, then I'm going to go get my neighbor. Yahenni, okay. Make sure my neighbor's not spying on me or something. Okay, so Yahenni gets named on that. Open the armory. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fire off. Well, it's only 2 creatures. Yeah, we'll see. I'm still going to probably going to go for the Cabal Coffers. Let's fire Vampiric Tutor off. Cabal Coffers goes on top, so we're going to get that for the land draw. Let's go and swing in for 5. That's going to put our opponent down to 18 total commander damage. Go down to 17. We go down to 44. And the Brimaz is going to cost a lot. Now, if we do go for, we're looking at just 3 creatures. We're getting off the Rise of the Dark Realms. They are at 17. Yeah, I think I kind of want to go and fire it off. We're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. Oh, excuse me. We're looking at 9 total mana. We do not have enough for Rise of the Dark Realms. I don't. In my head, I was thinking it was 8 mana, but it is 9 mana, so we do not have enough right there yet. Because we tap for 2, that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 1 more right there. So now, if our opponent doesn't get a creature out right now, then we will definitely have the game right there. But they can generate a soldier off the outpost token right there. So white spells caught to get down the Pearl Medallion. Okay, let's see. Yeah, if they generate a soldier token, they're going to have to do that with this mana right now. Expedition map. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just go and swing in right now. Kind of force the trigger on that on the soldier over there. Coming in for 5. All right, so the soldier's getting activated. Target player sacrifices an attacking creature. All right, man, did not see that one coming. Let's actually go and change it to the graveyard. Graveyard, not the command zone. Okay, so it's going to go to the graveyard, and then we'll have it coming out of the command zone. We'll have it coming out of the graveyard instead of the command zone. We'll go and sacrifice Yahenni. Goes down to the command zone. And since our opponent named Nevermore with named Yahenni, there's no sense in it going back to the command zone to have it lost forever. So let's go ahead and get down the expedition map. And do we want to? We can go and fire it off, and I don't think we've made the land drop for the turn. No, we have not. Let's see. If we go for an Urborg, that's really going to kind of get that up and running. So if you go Urborg, that'll turn it on. That'll add another swamp for us. We don't want anything like Strip Mine. There's nothing too. Argument could be made for Strip Mine on the post over there, but I want to kind of fire off a Rise of the Dark Realms, especially if we have an open Toxic Deluge in our hand. Let's go and make the Urborg play for the turn. And okay. I was trying to figure out why Yahenni was highlighted in the graveyard. I guess it's just highlighting that it's our commander right there. So, all right. So right now we're kind of waiting for our opponent to kind of get some stuff out. Hopefully some non-Brimaz creatures. That way we can fire off this Toxic Deluge, pay enough life, and send them to the graveyard. And then we can fire off a nice little Rise of the Dark Realms and bring everybody back. So, but we still have we'll have enough mana to fire off Rise of the Dark Realms. So we're going to get back a Yahenni and the... we can get back a little baby Gideon, too, if we want to go for that. If we fire off the Toxic Deluge. Phyrexian Arena. Okay. Do we want to... Yeah, they're not going to be able to flip Gideon, so I think I'm going to go ahead and go for a Phyrexian Arena right now. And then that'll still leave up Toxic Deluge the following turn to where we kind of blow everybody up. And then get a little bit extra card draw off Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, I'm excited, and I hope we get to cast this Rise of the Dark Realms. It's like the second time I've cast it, and I think that officially, I wish Magic had like online stats sometimes where you can kind of see what was going on. But oh, Banishing Light. All right, man. They're gonna take our little Phyrexian Arena. But I wish they had magic stats where you could see how many times you've cast Rise of the Dark Realms, because I know I've only cast it once before, but I've had it in like all my Reanimator decks. All right, so we got Baby Gideon swinging in. At this point right now, we're looking to, hopefully our opponent gets down another type of, some other, just not a token creature to where we can fire off the Toxic Deluge and fire off Rise of the Dark Realms, but it looks like that may not be going on right now. But either way, we're still in a good spot. Imp's Mischief. That's actually pretty good to draw. If opponent has some type of little Path to Exile action in there. If we go for Gideon, Thalia, and the Catapult Squad, we're going to get back. Okay, let's see. So we're looking at, we've got 1, 2, we've got 7 mana, paying 2. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's double check that real quick. So we're looking at, so we've got 7 mana, that's 8, 9, and we'll still have just enough for Imp's Mischief. So let's see. I think I'm going to wait one more turn. That way we can get a little bit, if we run into a Wrath of God, so be it. But I'm not worried about Gideon flipping right now. So I just kind of want our opponent to kind of, maybe get down another creature that's not Brimaz. So, and I'm drawing cards. I just want to build a nice little, kind of like a poor man's Gonti, where we're just kind of trying to kill a bunch of stuff and get into the graveyard so we can bring it back with Rise of the Dark Realms. So, all right, Sword of Light and Shadow. Now that will be interesting. To get down the Sword of Light and Shadow, protection from white and black, get it on there, and then it's going to return up to 1 target. Oh, dang it. We missed it. We wasn't expecting the sword coming out of there right there. So yeah, we probably will go ahead and fire this Toxic Deluge off the following turn. So, all right, swinging in for 3 right there, and I think that's deal. You gain 3 life and you return. Okay, and making sure we didn't have to discard. And then we still have Imp's Mischief. So we got Thalia coming into the hand, and we're still going to get the Catapult Squad out of there, and we'll still have Baby Gideon over on our side. So I think we'll still go ahead and fire off the. Ooh, Sarah Ascendant. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes. And that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the Swamp down. Let's go ahead and fire Toxic Deluge off. We just need to fire it off for 3 right now. So let's add that mana. That's 8 mana. Let's go and fire Toxic Deluge off. And we're going to go ahead and pay. Our opponent's tapped out, so we're looking at 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. That's going to kill everybody. Let's go and fire Rise of the Dark Realms off. Looking at 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then we'll go ahead and have to sacrifice a creature. I think on this one, we'll just go ahead and sacrifice Merciless Executioner. That way we can get those other tokens. All right, so we're going to go ahead and swing in with the Yahenni. That'll be 20 total commander damage. We're going to gain that life, and then we have 1 more black mana, and then we have Sarah Ascendant coming over top, and then we have the little snake token to give Yahenni indestructible. It would have been awesome to have a Imp's Mischief up on this one, but it is what it is. Put target creature into its own second from the top. Its controller gains 3 life. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing. You can't sacrifice Yahenni to herself. So yeah, you got it. Okay, so that goes into the library. Oh, actually, excuse me, went into the command zone. I forgot. It's always weird doing those stops on Magic Online with the commander. So it is what it is. So now we've lost Yahenni on that one. Once a game wears on, it's kind of a little easy to kind of see that happening sometimes. Okay, so our opponent's getting down the Sword of Light and Shadow. So we're going to have protection from white and black, which is actually going to be our entire board state over here. Okay, Grim Tutor. Let's see. Yeah, let's go and fire off Grim Tutor right now. Let's tap for that mana first. Actually, yeah, we'll just go and fire the Grim Tutor off. Let's see. Hero's Downfall, Demon of Dark Schemes. Protection white and black, we can blast Thalia. Oh, our opponent scoops it up. Yeah, okay. But we have Hero's Downfall off right here, so we can swing it in. We have 6 coming across, so we can swap with the Aven Mind Sensor right there on the Sarah Ascendant, but they're just going to trade. And then we have Gideon flipping once we swing in with the Death Touch. Yeah, I don't know why our opponent scooped. I mean, it wasn't over just yet, but yeah, I'm going to go and post it up because it was a nice little showing. Cabal Coffers, they've been able to generate a lot of mana. And we would have had that Hero's Downfall on Thalia right there. So let's kind of break it down. So we're swinging in for 6. I would assume that 6 in the air is going to get blocked. So that's going to allow us to get 3. We're going to get 3 coming across, 5, and 7, which put our opponent down to 11. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they preemptive scoop right there, but yeah, I'm going to go and post it up. So, all right, guys, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.